Thank you, Anurag ji, for the kind words which you have talked about me. Also, it speaks about you that you still remember the names of your teachers after 30 years, 25 years, when you came to MDI. Yes, MDI was a brand when I joined. It was not known. In the year 1977, I joined. I lived with MDI. I have been dean 4 times. He referred about Dr. Pritam Singh. He was the real architect who really designed and built. At that time, he chose me to be one of the deans, and together we worked. And we made sure that MDI emerges as one of the leading business schools in the country. But when school becomes a leading business school, the credit can't be taken by the faculty, it goes to the students. I remember Anurag ji was our first batch. And first batch has to set the tone. First batch of PGPM. Because before that, NMP was another program. And before that, MDI was known for executive education. So yes, I joined in 77, but in PGPM, he was the first batch. And that was really bringing the academic flavor to the institution. Because when we started PGP, what kind of PGP? Because already IIMs were existing, and we decided that we will do better than them. And that is where the discussion between the students and the teachers started, that how do we differentiate? What kind of institution we build? And I think this discussion helped. We have had 2-3 retreats where all faculty members assembled, discussed that what do we mean by education, what do we mean by management education, because unfortunately many people still don't know what management education is all about, how this best business school really becomes the best, and what is really meaning of the best. Many people really don't know. People keep asking this question, sir, बच्चे का admission हुआ है, admission यहाँ करवाएं या कहाँ करवाएं, कौन सा institution better है, is placement the only criteria? So those kind of things do happen. But then when we were building this institution, because I have seen a journey from a village level. I studied up to 5th standard in a small village, which did not have electricity, which did not have water. Under the Lalten we used to study. Government school was the beginning. But yes, have gone to Harvard, gone to Kellogg, have gone to teach there internationally. But I can say yes, God has been very kind and got scholarships all through. I have not spent money from my pocket. All my education was funded from somebody else. And lucky I am that yes, more than 40 countries of the world I visited and have taught and contributed to education field some way or the other. My role model has been Pritam Singh, because when he became the director, we really discussed what institution building is all about. And we created a learning environment. We said it is all about learning environment. So we built the learning environment, and the journey started, and year after year our students are coming in. Today I can talk with pride that yes, we have built more than 400 CEOs from MDI who are today successfully handling their companies. But then beginners have been Anurag ji and his batch. The 5 names which he talked about, he and 3 batchmates thereafter, about 25 CEOs are today existing. So issue is, in education we do a lot of experimentation. And if you look at education in India, there are serious challenges. School education level, in fact recently I am carrying out a research, what is happening to the government school and why they are not educated. Why education is so low. I get research thesis for award of PhD degree, I am not able to clear. The research theses are coming, but people have not done really research, it is not even worth giving a project report. Quality of education is a very, very serious issue in this country. But our challenge is that the economy has opened up, we are integrating with the world, and we have no choice but to have excellent education, the best of the education, not to prepare only for India, but prepare people for the globe. We have developed global citizens and global talent pool, because we have the population on our side and we have our presence all over the world and our businesses are growing, talent pool is required all over. So we have to design systems and processes of learning in a manner that we do better and better and better. I was very happy when Anurag ji wanted me to be one of the jury and looked at number of applicants. First I was extremely happy because there was a 2-minute pitch or 5-minute pitch which they made. They made their presentation and it was really difficult to choose better among the best, because people are genuinely building their institutions on very sound footing. He referred about building brands. Branding is something which in my early age I have not seen. Education got branded based on the quality standards which they have put in, the kind of teaching learning processes they have put in, and as a result they started building the brand, and these brands are growing and expanding and they are doing great service. Again, a very big service business world and Anurag ji are doing for the country, because all these education brands are brought together, small or big, new or established, rich or poor, all kinds of educational institutions are given opportunity to compete, and many people have applied, and they made their presentation, they presented. So therefore we, all the 5 juries were finding it very difficult, but we had to choose this lot. So I would like to congratulate you all, because each one of you are chosen few of the number of applicants. Each one of you are chosen few. So whether final award come to you or not, or your institution or not, this is a second part, but real part is that you have been chosen from among large number of people who are contesting, and the kind of work which you are doing. When I see in education field, ultimately we build capabilities and competencies among the youth, among the students, and in building these capabilities, 3 major changes have happened in the last, say, 10 to 15 years. One, computing technology. Other, communication technology. And third, a lot of research in this field, how people learn. Because earlier we used to think that everybody learns the same way. But these researchers have proven that no, young tiny kids learn in a different way. They think much faster. And they don't want to listen to a 1-hour lecture or half-an-hour lecture. Because whatever you say things in few words, they understand very fast. So generation-wise, whether it is a young kid or little grown-up kid or 12th standard kid or a college going child, you find that way in which they learn is totally different. And this is the area in which you people are doing a lot of research. I have seen the kind of presentation on which you made the presentation on your curriculum design, the teaching learning process which you are using, the kind of technology which you are using, the kind of personal touch the teachers give, the kind of investment you are making in developing teachers, because in India this is the biggest shortage. Availability of the right teacher is the biggest shortage, and building and developing teachers, each one of you in your presentation referred about it, that you are making, because we were inquiring about what is the attrition rate. And you were saying, even some people said even 30% and 35% attrition. But then investment, because in this industry you have to make constant investment in developing people, building their capabilities. It is not just having a person who is having some qualification, but ability to transfer that knowledge, having an attitude to be a good teacher who can do mentoring, coaching, guiding, helping. It is not just a classroom interaction that you give a lecture and go away. So those kind of things which you guys are doing, and each one of the brands which you built is really based on the hard work which you have done and you are continuing to do. I think the demands are high. We all are wanting that to take a lead and develop international talent pool. What kind of work we need to do, I think continuously each one of you are working on it. So whether each one of you individually get the reward or not, or get the honor award, I think your reward, this itself is a big honor that you have been a member of the summit and came up to this stage. Finally, I would like to say that you have a much bigger responsibility. Having built a brand is one part. Maintaining that high quality and image is the another part. Because competition among the brands is also very, very high. And yes, students are available, but then each student is looking for which one is the best institution. So therefore, there has to be a continuing research, and you cannot stop wherever you are. You have to do better and better and better. 5 or 6 facets on which you will have to think and work on. One major facet is, I think technology has given us a big opportunity to reach to the remote areas. Because our biggest problem is, even today, in fact, my recent research I am finding that in government village schools, class is up to 5th, teachers are 2. Student is teaching to the students. A senior class student is teaching to the student. Teachers are 2, but then what they do, they are passing the midday meal bill. They are not teaching in the class. So therefore, at a grassroots level, I am finding it very, very serious problem, particularly in rural areas where they don't have a chance. But you people have introduced this technology through computing, through computers and in communication technology. You have a reach right up to the remote areas. And students are trying to make use of it. I think it's a very, very big service, very, very big service which you are delivering. Another major challenge, so the area in which you have to work, that to what extent the students are really learning and building competence and capabilities and are becoming a great human being. I think it is not only teaching a course, but also developing a personality for them, and therefore, and also evaluation system. Because earlier used to be nakal karna hai, so wo wala. So evaluation is a system where you are able to have an ongoing evaluation of the candidates and giving them a feedback, what they have to improve, what they have to correct. I think this is the area which is very, very important and crucial in learning. Because students in the historical past were not getting a feedback. Teacher has given marks and that is final. But then why the marks have been deducted, you really don't know. Student doesn't get a feedback. I think this is one area where a lot of work is happening, and some of your brands have actually presented that this is how you are doing the coaching, mentoring, guiding and helping to the students. So this is one. The second major thing in which you have to really give attention to is financial autonomy. Because you can bring brands only if you are able to generate some funds and you are able to apply those funds by keeping a reasonable margin. And the education becomes accessible to the weakest. That means what kind of scholarships you create, what kind of incentivization you do. Those who are needy are able to get the education, and we do not become the educators only of the rich class or affluent class. Ultimately, we also have a responsibility that we should be able to make our education, some part of the students we have to provide scholarships who are really deserving, and the kind of financial, if because of financial support, if they are missing out somewhere, we should be able to give them education. Similarly, the reading material or books or literature, lot of things are happening. Unvalidated material also is available in the Google University, but validated material and good literature you have to authenticate and then give right kind of material to the students so that they are able to do their education on their own. So all the 3-4 fronts: one, building teachers; second, building curriculum; providing right kind of reading materials to the students; and taking right kind of evaluation and feedback; and then finally coaching, mentoring, guiding, helping. These are the kind of things in which we will have to focus, and bigger the brand it becomes impersonal, but somewhere personal touch is required. Finally, before leaving the stage, I would like to say Congratulations to you all. Congratulations to business world, because business world is doing a very great service. Why I say so? Because the kind of experiences which you share, this is a learning for very many. It is learning for very many, and then each of the institution has to take note of the kind of innovation which you guys are doing and what kind of things which they could do. Because I remember when we were starting the journey, I am Ahmedabad our benchmark. When we came among the top 10, then international Kellogg and Harvard became our benchmark. So therefore, you have to set a goal that what kind of institution we have to build, and particularly when education is to go global, that what global schools do, you have to make sure that we are able to provide that kind of environment of learning to the students, that kind of methodology for teaching. And finally, build a community of teachers who are committed to student development, not a transaction oriented. Thank you very much. Thank you, Raji, for giving this opportunity.